Jay, why did the characters in Breaking Bad never go to culinary school?
I'm guessing because they can cook.
Welcome to MSU Tonight. I'm Anya Boutin.
And I'm Jay Taggart.
Coming up on the show, our very own Aiden Dick will be interviewing his mother and beekeeping specialist, Leslie Dick.
For now, let's hit tonight's hot topics.
The Murray State softball team played host to the Lakeland Lakers for their 5th fall game of the season. The Racers came out with a slow start in the first inning, down 1-0. The Racers might have been down, but they sure weren't out yet. Later, they would go on to win the game 6-1. Great job, Racers!
The residential colleges kicked off homecoming weekend by competing in RCA's annual homecoming lobby decorating contest. Each of the 8 residential colleges decided a theme amongst their individual RCCs that correlated with the overall homecoming theme. All were challenged with developing their initial concept, as this year's homecoming theme was Racer Road Trip. Some of the residential colleges gained inspiration from movies such as Disney Cars or other tourist destinations. For nearly 3 weeks, each council worked to bring their ideas to life. Members usually craft, draw, paint, and construct large visual displays within their residence halls to create a cohesive scene. The Residential College Association was proud to announce that for the first time in its history, 2 residential colleges tied for first place. Congratulations to Springer Franklin and Hester College for taking home the win.
This past weekend was Murray State's homecoming, and that means Tent City. Started in 1989 as an event to bring people together, Tent City encourages intermingling between student organizations, Greek life, residential colleges, and everything in between. It came together to be a place for anybody and everybody to reconnect. Here's a word from the Director of Alumni Relations, Carrie McGinnis.
The most important thing about Tent City is the sense of community. You've got people from all walks of life, all graduation years, from the 50s and 60s all the way up until today. It's a student experience and it's an alumni experience. So having alumni and students intermingling is valuable as well. And I think that's the very important part of Tent City. What I love the most about it is to see people coming together, hugging, shaking hands, who maybe haven't seen each other for years, and having a place where they can all land and spend time together.
Thanks, Carrie. As always, Tent City was filled with life, food, and live music. I know I can't wait for next year.
Murray State University's homecoming parade and football game against Southern Illinois took place this past Saturday at Roy Stewart Stadium. Each year, homecoming is put on and organized by SGA in conjunction with the Racer Athletics. But it wouldn't be possible without the leadership of SGA advisor, Jeannie Morgan.
We start planning for homecoming like the day of homecoming or the week before homecoming, because it takes a lot of information to get out, and this year with homecoming being so early and right after fall break, students didn't have a lot of time to nominate because there's a process to do everything. I think this year the floats were phenomenal. They seem to be a lot of detail work on them that sometimes we don't have. It was very hard for the students, I feel, because they didn't have that long to work on the floats because of fall break. It was family weekend one weekend, and then the next weekend we're gone for fall break, and then the next weekend's homecoming. But I thought they did a tremendous job, and it just went really good. I am just really pleased with how everything went.
Congratulations to homecoming king and queen Bradley Dawson from Alamo, Kentucky, and Hannah Erickson from Crestwood, Kentucky. Unfortunately, the Racers suffered a tragic loss to SIU 27-6. Regardless, go Racers.
Looking to get into the Halloween spirit, the Department of Art and Design will be hosting Monster Mash on Halloween Day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. outside Old Fine Arts. Students will have a chance to purchase art made by art and design students, ranging from earrings and tote bags to sketchbooks and stickers. Proceeds will go to support student travel and opportunities.
The Murray State Department of Global Languages and Theater Arts and the Department of Music are putting on the musical The Mad Ones this week in the Wilson Hall Studio Theater. The musical, by Kate Kerrigan and Bree Loudermilk, follows a woman reflecting on the tragic loss of her friend in an accident. Performances are October 19th through 21st at 7:30 p.m. and October 22nd at 2:30 p.m. Tickets are $15, but students get in free with their Murray State ID.
As the leaves fall and the air chills, the sounds of Halloween begin to fill the air. At least the tubas are. Tomorrow night, the Murray State Tuba and Euphonium Ensemble, led by Dr. Todd M. French, are putting on their annual Halloween concert, Oktoberfest, where the ensemble will play their spookiest tunes. For those interested, the concert starts at 7:30 p.m. in the Performing Arts Hall. Don't go away, we still have more to go.
And when we come back, we'll be joined by Leslie Dick, a local beekeeper, for a look into the world of beekeeping.
Welcome back to MSU Tonight. I'm joined by beekeeping aficionado and my mother, Leslie Dick. Leslie, how are you doing today?
Good.
Good. Now, I just have, to ask, what got you into beekeeping?
I've always been interested in bees, but I had a friend whose husband had bees, about 13 hives, and the more I learned about them from him, the more interested I became, and finally decided that I thought I wanted to give it a try.
And when did you start beekeeping?
About 2 years ago. I did a lot of studying and research. I read several books, watched a lot of YouTube, and went to a few field days that they have locally. And after going to one, I decided this is what I want to do. So,
well, that's good. That's good. Now, I know a lot of people, when they think of beekeeping and bees in general, they think of the summer and the spring, those hot green grassy days where bees are flying around and there's plenty of flowers out. So what does it mean for the bees right now, since it's becoming fall and the seasons are starting to get colder?
As it gets colder, the bees start to decrease their numbers in their hive. Of course, like you said, the spring and the summer are their big months, and a queen will lay up to 2,000 eggs a day. So there's a constant turnover in the hive. As winter approaches, they start to decrease their numbers. They throw all the guys out of the hive and just keep all the girls in, and then they begin to cluster up, and they make sure that they have enough honey to support themselves over the winter. So they try and store and decrease size, and then I usually supplement some feed to them by sugar bricks, so just in case they run out of food, because during the winter they're very likely to starve or freeze. So summer you don't have a whole lot of loss, but winter is when you can lose your bees.
Sure. Well, just looking at this wonderful spread in front of us that has plenty of beekeeping and bee-related items, I see the honey here in this jar, and again, going back to what most people assume when they see honey, they see it and they imagine the little bear bottle in the supermarket. So, what makes this different from that honey, and are there different types of honey?
There are. The honey comes from nectar in plants, and not all plants give nectar. Some give pollen, some give the nectar. There's different plants for different seasons, of course, and in the summer and spring, most of your plants are, wildflower. We have around here a lot of red buds. Clover is very prevalent, sourwood. In the fall, my bees pull goldenrod mostly, and so the lighter color like that is amber color, and that's a spring honey. Usually your fall honeys are a little bit darker and thicker. So yes, there's different honeys. The difference in the honey that you buy in the store, a lot of times it's processed, like it's filtered, processed and not raw. Raw honey is usually what you get from a local beekeeper. They spin it out of the frame and do a little bit of filtering to get all the wax and the bee parts out. And then that's basically your raw honey. And a lot of people use it because they think it helps with their allergies because it has pollen in it. So that's why a lot of people want to buy local honey instead of honey that you can just buy from the store that you don't know where it came from.
Interesting, interesting. Now, I do have to ask, I'm sure to the audience, seeing all of these items, they're not really sure what many of this may be, so would you mind, explaining
Sure.
kind of what these are?
Sure. Of course, when you deal with bees, you want to have protection, of course, because they can sting. They don't necessarily come to sting you, but if they feel threatened or if you mash one, they will sting you, and that usually leads to more stings. So you do want to have a jacket, face covering like you have, or this here is a face covering, gloves. You usually want to wear long pants and socks, tall socks and boots to keep yourself covered. This is a smoker. A smoker will kind of calm the bees. It actually pushes them back down into the hive and makes them think that there is a fire. So they go and gorge themselves on their honey to try and take it with them to prepare to leave and get out of the fire. But a lot of people use a smoker to just kind of get the bees to calm down or go back down in the hive so they can work their frames. This is a frame that goes in the hive if you have a hive at home. I use a Langstroth hive. There are several different hives. A Langstroth is boxes on top of each other. I run a 2 deep, which this is a deep frame, and then anything you put on top of that, I usually use a medium, and that's for honey storage. This would be what the bees would lay their eggs on, carry their brood on, and they would also store honey on that for themselves. Then you have a long hive or horizontal hive, which instead of stacking, it would run your frames long ways. You have some other hives that are not really prevalent around here. Those are the most common. And then, of course, you have your honey, which I collected in the spring. This was my first year to have honey. And you take your frames, you have an extractor where you spin it down. It spins the honey out. Then you filter the honey and you put it in jars and have it to eat or to sell. A lot of people sell it. I don't sell it. I don't have enough to do that yet. So.
Oh, well, for those at home that are interested after hearing you talk about it and seeing, or that have had an interest in starting for a while now, where would you recommend them start to get interested?
The first thing you probably want to do is just do a little bit of research to see if it is something that you are interested in. It is time consuming and it is expensive. It's not very cheap to get the setup started, but once you get established, it kind of levels out. I did a lot of research on YouTube, Google, read a lot of books. There are a couple of local beekeeping or bee associations here. The Lake Barkley Bee Association is the one that I attend. They have a field day in the spring and the summer. So if you're interested, you can go to a field day and kind of get hands-on with the bees and see if it's something that you really care about. They have a lot of learning experiences there. And then if you ask 10 beekeepers the same question, you're going to get 10 different answers. So it's just kind of a get an idea and kind of make your own path with it. So.
Oh, well. And, I've got just one more question to you as my mother. Am I your favorite child?
You're my only child. So yes, you are my favorite child.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. To anyone that was wondering if I had any siblings, or to anyone who thinks that they look like me, I'm an only child. Noah Baker, I'm talking to you specifically. Now, thank you for telling us about the interesting world of beekeeping here tonight.
You're welcome.
We recently sent our very own Corey Knight to explore the abandoned Hotel California, located in LBL. This is what he found.
Oh my God, that's a ditch. Yeah, hit the ditch. Good footage. Corey just sent us all a screenshot, and we're like, oh yeah, it's just like a skinwalker hopping down.
Oh, we don't talk about those. We don't talk about those.
Hi.
I'm gonna go ahead and just.
Yeah.
Probably best.
I hope the microphone got that.
I'm behind Jason.
Yeah. Everyone walk in pairs of twos.
What are you guys
So we're on our way to the Hotel California. It's spooky season, so we're just, me and my buddies are gonna decide to explore it a little bit, see what's there for us. We should be there in a little bit. Tasty. So, here we are in the Hotel California. Don't exactly know the history of this place, but it's pretty cool. So we're just gonna take a look around and see what there is to find. Hopefully there's no scary monsters or anything. Holy shit, it's a ghost! So then, we got upstairs, and I don't exactly know. I'm pretty sure the lake is over this way. I don't know if you can really see that, but yeah, lake should be over that way a little bit. But this is what the view's like from up here. It's a pretty good view. Yeah. So I'm here with me and with my crew. We're just kind of exploring around, seeing what's going on. Not really sure what else is around here besides just this building. But we're just kind of seeing.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
You see something move back there?
No, I don't really see anything. So, I don't exactly know where everyone went, but they've been gone for like a solid 10 minutes, and if they're not back in 20, I'm gonna go looking for them. I really don't want to do that. They just kind of ditched me. I don't know where they went.
They are a house in New Orleans. They call a rising sun, where many poor boys to destruction has gone. And me, oh God.
Now JT Handley will show you what to eat if you want to put on some mass.
Welcome back to the Bullock series, guys. Today I'm showing you kind of the things I'm eating on a regular basis to maintain this physique. So let's get to the first meal now. So for meal one today, guys, we're trying to get in all the protein that we can, as much as we can fit into one meal. So naturally, what are we gonna go to? Eggs. Today's meal, first meal, meal number one, 12 hard-boiled eggs. Fresh out of the microwave. The macros for this meal are great. 930 calories and a whopping 75 grams of protein. It's perfect for bulking. I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch the whole meal though, so let's just let's get over to for meal number two. I think maybe I got a little carried away on the calories for the first one, so we're gonna dial it back just a little bit. So I was at Walmart. I found a low-calorie cereal option here. As you can see, it's a little bland, but that might just be because it's organic. So the calories here in meal number two actually round down to about 0. They're pretty negligible. Yeah, can I get like 3 of those? And you also got the rolled chicken tacos, right? Okay, sick. Throw in couple packs of those. So I picked up some Taco Bell, and so we're gonna get into that now. And yeah, that's about it. So for this snack here, we got 3 cheesy beefy melts. a cheesy roll-up, and 4 of their rolled chicken tacos, which comes out to about 2,300 calories and a little over 100 grams of protein. This brings us to a total of about 4,000 calories and 260 grams of protein, which for me should be enough to slowly but surely put on some mass.
But yeah, so I still got 2 burritos to go through, and I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me the whole time. Excuse me. So yeah, I think we're gonna cut it here for today, and yeah, I'll see you next time.
Well, that's all we have time for tonight.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to visit us on youtube.com/MSU Tonight.
Stay classy, Murray.